Hey guys, and welcome back to Season 6 Brawlhalla Battlepass. Today is Week 9 missions, but before we hop into that, I just want to talk about the back to school event. I'm going to have a video that talks about the whole event, but upon entering the game, you get Brawlhalla Dictorian as a title, and there's a bunch of stuff in the shop, and I have a separate video going into that deeper, so if you want, that'll be linked in the description. But today we're focusing on Week 9 of the Brawlhalla Battlepass missions, and let's get into it. So the first 3 missions are our weekly weapon missions. This week we have Scythe heavy attack damage, Axe light attack damage, and Gauntlet KOs. So the 3 legends I recommend playing this week are Volkov, Rayman, and Mordex. Volkov has both Scythe and Axe, Rayman has Axe and Gauntlet, and Mordex has Gauntlet and Scythe. So playing one of these legends will allow you to complete 2 of these missions in the one game. Next we have grab weapons as they're being carried by your sidekick. So if you're unsure how to do that, I'm just going to quickly explain to you. So your sidekicks are the little friends that you guys have that when you fall off the map, they reach down and they go pick you up, and they're those little, so mine is the Ted, the mushroom, and so that's how that works. And so the way that you call them to bring you a weapon is by the horn. So you see this horn that's on the floor right now. If I call this and click it to activate it instead of throwing it, then Ted will come from the right side of the screen and drop me a weapon. So the key important thing is that the weapon will drop wherever you are. So if I'm all the way over here, it's going to drop exactly here. But if I go on the left side, knowing that it comes from the right, this gives me the most amount of chance to pick it up. And so you can just go over the sidekick and click the pickup weapon before they even drop it. So I've called it over there, but I go all the way over here and pick it up, so it didn't end up dropping over there because I've already picked it up. And so you can only do this for your sidekick, you can't do it like for your opponent's sidekick, but that is how you complete the mission. You just got to keep that in mind. I think you have to do it like 25 times, which does sound like a lot, but this is something you're going to do even without thinking about it. But if you're new to Brawlhalla, just keep that in mind and you guys got this. Next up, we have grounded light attack KOs. So for this mission, I really recommend using a weapon with high damage, high kill potential. The best weapon for this is definitely going to be Axe, but you can eventually, use whatever weapon as long as the enemy is low enough HP. So if you are going to use the Axe, I recommend Neutral Light, because this one on hit looks like that. That's Mirage at 180. Now Mirage does have a lower defense, but I've just got them to decently red, and that Neutral Light on grounded is enough to kill them. Also the Downlight is a really good option, but it's a good option for kill potential in terms of light attack, like grounded light attacks, but it is one that you have to have them a lot more damage. So if we put them up to 200, it's obviously dark red, and that doesn't even kill. So that's a really good move, but you need them really seriously damaged. So this is 220, and that will kill, but 220 is obviously pretty high up. Mirage I think only has about 4 damage, 4 defense, but you can see here at only 170, so that's just like a decent red. Hit that Neutral Light towards the side and that works. So the best weapon for this is definitely going to be the Axe, especially the neutral light grounded. You can use whatever, but it's really whatever works for you guys. Next, we have win matches with 8 or more defense. So I'm going to have a bunch of legends that work with 8 regularly. So these are people that you don't need to level up or get the stats to change. What I mean by this is you see Nai is naturally 8 defense, but if we go to stances, we can add an extra 1. So characters that are 7 defense can become 8, but Nai is naturally that. So for characters that don't need the stat change, we have Nai, we have Roland, we have Baraza, we have Onyx, and we have, of course, Magyar, the beefy 9 defense boy. And then for legends that are 7, but you can change them, we have Sentinel, we also have Olgrim, which is over here, we have Core, we also have Nyx, then for some reason Kaya, even though she looks like she shouldn't be that defense. Then we've also got Isaiah, then Zariel, and last but not least, we also have Thor. So those are all 7 defense characters that if you change the stats, you can add 1 and make them 8, which will count for the mission. And then for the last mission, we have win matches with 3 or less defense. So for the legends that naturally have less than 3 or less defense, we are going to have Thatch, which is up the top here. I've got the crossover, but Thatch looks like that. Then we also have Ada right next to him. We also have Ember, looks like this normally. Then we also have Jala, which is the glass cannon of Brawlhalla, and then we also have Jiro, who just got the new skin. Looks very cool. And that's what Jiro looks like normally. And then for the legends that are 4 defense that we can change to 3, we have Cassidy, we have Vrax, we have Hattori, we also have Koji, we have Mirage, Yumiko, Artemis, Caspian, Lin Fei, Dusk, Fate, Petra, Mako, Munin, that's not Munin, there's Munin, Arcadia, and Ezio. So the last 3 legends are actually all 4 defense, which is interesting, but any of those legends, you can go to the stats. So if I go to Arcadia, go down to stats, I can change them. So I go defense stance, and that will take 1 of his stats away and put it on defense. Actually, no, we want the anti-defense, don't we? So for Arcadia, it would be strength. Gives her 1 strength but takes away the defense, so she now has 3 defense. So if I win a game with her on this stance setting, then that will count towards the mission. And that is how you complete all of this week's weapon missions. Best of luck with your missions. We now have, I think, 4 weeks left, the whole of week 9, then week 10, week 11, and then a week for week 12. So the battle pass ends in 27 days, 4 weeks left. Best of luck everyone, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.